Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a mid-month for the month of January tarot oracle reading. And Aquarius, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign isn't Aquarius, we still all have a little bit of Aquarius in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Aquarius in? That is where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a collective reading, so be aware that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. This is also a timely reading, meaning that if you've come across this after some time, go back to when it was posted. It's the perfect time for you to look back and see what was happening then to give you clarity as to what is happening now. All right, I already have shuffled the cards before, but I just wanted to give them a quick cut and shuffle, and let's take the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. All right, so this is the underlying energy for the reading in general. We have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords has been coming in a lot. I feel like that has to do with the fact that now that we've managed to get through the new year, and maybe you've already broken your New Year's resolution, don't panic. The Chinese New Year is just around the corner on February 17th, and it will be the fiery year of the horse. And so the horse energy has particular significance in the readings right now. The Knight of Swords, you can see, the knights would deliver messages for the king and the queen, for the court, you know, and protect the palace, etc. But they would travel for miles to give, you know, communication and then bring the communication back. And the Knight of Swords, you can see he's in a hurry. And so sometimes this energy can talk about fools rush in kind of energy. And also, this is about your mental intelligence, the sword. So this is talking about the thinking behind whatever is happening. So it's the horse, you can see, is even stressed out. They're going as fast as they can. But they're going against the wind here, and they're traveling through barren land. So this is saying the communication that's coming in is urgent, or at least it's urgent for the knight to get it to the royalty as quickly as possible. This communication in nowadays would be, you know, it could just be an email, a phone call, it could be a text message. It could be papers coming in. If you've hired a lawyer, it could be information about, you know, coming in regarding that. It's that kind of energy. And it could even be just a social media post or something you see on the news that confirms something for you. And then this part of my spread is going to be the internal forces. That's what you do have control over. And the underlying energy for that is the Hangman. So look at the difference in those two energies. This is the for the entire reading, and this is for your internal forces. And here you're hanging from the tree of knowledge. And you're not like stressed out. You're getting the information you need to know what step do I need to take to move forward. So the Hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge to gain knowledge, of course, and he's hanging upside down so he can see things from a whole totally new perspective. And he's not going to make a move forward until he has the enlightenment that he needs. So perhaps he is waiting for this information to come in before taking action. It's kind of funny though, like how the knight's stressed out and he's just kind of chill. Meditating. And here we have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is also communication. The pages would work for the king and queen in the court around the age of 7 to 14. And then they would become a knight if they, you know, around the age of 21. If they were good at what they were doing inside the walls of the court, then they would be given the responsibility outside, possibly. But they had to have enough money to buy a horse. So that's the energy coming in. And the pentacle, when the pentacle is coming in, this is talking about health, wealth, and happiness. It's about lifestyle on planet Earth. And usually when the Page of Pentacles comes in with a message, it generally is a pretty solid offer. It's like regarding, you know, material, It could be like regarding an investment, or some land, or purchasing a home, or that kind of energy. Something that maybe even an apprentice is delivering the message, hey, we got all the paperwork done, you need to come sign it, and then the purchase has gone through. That kind of energy. And then we have being left out in the cold. So this is talking, the Five of Pentacles is talking about being left out in the cold. Now, is this before the information comes in? It might be, because if you're being left out in the cold and you're like this, you're probably not feeling like, oh, I'll just patiently hang here from the tree out in the snow for the information about my pentacles to come in. This could be maybe after, before this information was delivered. And this could be saying that this information was delivered and then you were deciding what to do with it. That could be possible. And then this is about pentacles coming in, because the Five of Pentacles is halfway there. Like the most pentacles that there are in the tarot is the 10 of Pentacles. And so when you're at the Five of Pentacles, you have half the money you should have, and you've been left out in the cold by society. It's kind of like you can't, you're not part of the tribe kind of energy. And there's a lot of snowflakes, and the snowflakes represent a bunch of energies from a lot of people that pile up. And so, anyone could handle a flake or two, but if the flakes gather around, it can, be enough snow to collapse a rooftop. I live in Canada and I understand snow. Dealt with a lot of snow. And so, at first it's really pretty. And then after, a couple days of it snowing heavy, there's a lot of snow to clean up. And it has a huge effect on everybody's life. Like in the prairies, it's 5 months of this sometimes, 4 to 5 months every winter. So it's, we have someone here that these two individuals are traveling together, but he doesn't even have shoes on and he's walking in the snow. And this one has like one shoe off and one shoe on. He's cast it up and he's on crutches. Plus he's wearing a bell around his neck like the plague. So it's like, in the old days, they would, if you had the plague or they thought you did, they would put a bell around your neck so that if you were coming into the town, you could be heard from miles away, right? Kind of energy. And then, how are you possibly going to get any respite that way? And they're walking past this church. They could go into the church and ask for respite, and perhaps they will. But it looks like they're just going to keep going and do the best they can with their combined efforts here. But this represents tactics, and the tactics are tactics that we use, the government uses. It's like laws that are made that make it challenging for people to, it's kind of like when we had the mandates when in 2020 and 21 energy, like you couldn't do business, that kind of energy. So it could have something around that idea. And then, oh, look at this. We've got the initially heartbreaking decision to make. And it's, when you first see this card, of course, it's like, oh my gosh, this person's heart is pierced with swords, and how are they going to make it through this? But when you look closer, you realize, oh, the heart's actually really big compared to the swords, and the swords are more like nails size, So maybe they can recover. This energy is talking like, it looks like that might be a cliff in the background with a cloud, or this could be a throat. And so this sometimes represents that, like, part of the tactics is ruining someone's reputation so that they cannot any longer earn a living, and hanging a bell on their neck so that people can, they're ostracized. And so this energy quite often is gossip and slander and all of that kind of energy. And this could be, sometimes the heartbreaking decision has been made because someone has to go bankrupt, or you have to decide to let your business go, or you lose your house, or that kind of energy. And so if if you're not allowed to work, how are you going to live, right? And then because you don't have a house and you can't live, people are talking about you. Oh, look what a failure they are. They make it impossible for these two people to be able to move forward. And this energy is talking about you put a lot of work in. So I feel this information coming in is regarding pentacles. and missing pentacles, or like, situations like I just described. And this energy is talking about the amount of work that you put in. So pentacles are health, wealth, happiness, your lifestyle on planet Earth. Having said that, they also money is a big part of that. And so they're representing coin. And out of all the cards on the deck, this is the only one of the pentacles that the person's actually working on the coin itself. And so that is about making money. And so this energy could be something to do with, making money out of the blue, like money laundering, schemes. I don't even know all the words for all of it. Ponzi's and Ricos. I got to look up what those really are. I think Ricos are if you are involved in some sort of criminal activity with, I'm not even sure. I think it's like, I don't know. Ponzi schemes are like when there's like a pyramid and someone at the top gets the money and the other people don't. And with AI, there's all these different schemes and different things coming out these days. It's hard to keep track. But this can talk about that kind of energy, money laundering, that kind of thing. So this could be something to do with losing money due to that. I'm not quite getting 100% here what this is about, Aquarius. So we have, okay, it's going to take courage to be able to overcome this. We can see that. This is a dire, kind of a hard, this is talking about having put a lot of work into something. And okay, now what's happening with everything that you work for, what's happened to it, and what can you do about it? That's what we want to focus on. This is the internal forces. This is what you have control over. So this person, this young woman here, represents someone really facing their fears and digging deep to face their fears. So the red lion represents fear itself, and it represents her reaching deep into this adult lion's mouth to prove to herself that she can face her fears. And if she can face her fears and overcome that energy, then she'll have the strength to find the solution and move forward. And that's the infinity symbol above her head there, is the infinite potential involved in that. Then we have the fulfillment. So fulfillment is when, it's the beginnings of ultimate happiness. There's 4 wands here. What this card is saying is to be able to, this is the beginning of moving through this portal. And this can also be talking about not just the work that you did on the pentacles in the material world, but also putting the work into yourself to overcome your fear, to have the courage to be able to move forward after something catastrophic like this happened. I'm getting this was really challenging. So this energy here is talking about going through the portal. And, this is considered the marriage card of the tarot deck, because you can see the people on the other side of it are, they're a couple and they have 2 little children, and they've got the castle in the background and the beautiful grounds and that kind of energy. So this is fulfillment. This is saying, though, okay, you have done so well. You have managed to come up with the down payment for your castle, but now you still do have to make put the work in to make the payments kind of energy. So this represents, at some point you were very successful and well on your way, and somehow now this energy, there's a loss of pentacles here causing this energy. Now, was it to do with someone that was your partner? Because sometimes this can represent that there was infidelity in a relationship. There's 3 swords, like in kind of like relationship where there should have been 2 people. A 3rd sword comes in between kind of energy. This is talking also about the 111 portal, 1111, 111 portal. So this is the kind of energy where you'll know if you've gone into that portal, because all of a sudden the universe starts showing you synchronicities. Like you'll look up and the clock says 111. Then you look up again and it's 11:11 p.m. And then you could get out, you get up in the morning and you go to the store and you realize, oh, the address of the store is 1111 11th Avenue, like that kind of energy. And this is the universe's way of communicating to you that at this time you are manifesting at a very high level, and your thoughts really matter. So keep your thoughts on where you want to go, not on what has been, and make sure that you're looking at what you want to happen, not at what you don't want. Make sure your focus is on doing this inner work so that you can heal and that you can have the fulfillment that you deserve. So that's pretty awesome. That's good planning. And this is talking about, this is how you see yourself right now. So this is about having, the energy to recover. It's talking about you having been optimistic, like gaining some optimism back, perhaps from some of the information that came in. And after doing some inner work, right? And yes, you've been left out in the cold, and yes, it's been heartbreaking, and it may have even involved someone that you were married to, or this, if you weren't, this sometimes can, this card, what it really represents is commitment to your fulfillment. And a big part of that for a lot of people is marriage, and marriage is a big commitment, of course. So this is talking about having like a new outlook, and this is awesome energy. Like if you look at, we're moving into that year of the horse on February 17th. This is a second opportunity for you to really take advantage of that fire horse energy. Horses have a lot of heart, right? And so being able to really push yourself. The danger here is you don't want to be pushing yourself so hard. You burn yourself out and you end up like this, where you can't finish because you've used up all the energy at the beginning of the race and you have nothing left to cross the finish line. That's the kind of energy. So this is kind of like a warning, and also like a get back in the game kind of thing. And this is talking about how you feel right now, your self-worth and your abundance. You really feel like half your money is gone. And that could be due to a divorce if something happened here, with this and this energy for some people. Or this could be a partnership in business in the same kind of idea. This energy here is talking about, how are you going to get out of this situation? And, this heartbreaking decision might not have anything to do with love or your partnership. It just might have to do with the circumstances, the tactics, the laws, everything that went against the economy, like that kind of energy. And that it was, like you lost a lot. You lost at least half the money that you had earned, and you'd worked very hard for it. This is talking about your communication in early life, and perhaps that's part of the problem is maybe you were never taught how to deal with give and take in life, and how to handle money if you made a lot of money, that kind of energy. Maybe you have had to learn things the hard way. Sometimes learning things the hard way, though, it really sticks. So it's okay. We're gonna, like it's saying you can. This was very challenging, but you can recover from it. And then this is about your emotional foundation being taught. A lot of people are taught work hard. If you work hard, you're going to have a good life, and that's not necessarily true. You could work hard your whole life and not have a good life. Having said that, you could work smart and have a really good life also. And so it's, not always, like sometimes, in the beginning you have to, say you take on, I'm just going to use, let's say you become a plumber and you get your ticket. So then you have to work hard to be able to pay for your education to become a plumber. And then once you have your ticket, then you go work for a company and you work hard for them. And then that is recognized. And maybe then you decide, oh, I'm going to open my own business. And you work hard for that. But every time you're making a step further towards this fulfillment. And eventually, like, you are hiring other people and you're in charge, and you're not working hard with your hands anymore. You're working hard with your mind, like to make sure that the business is run correctly and get the appointments set up and all of that kind of energy. And so it's kind of a natural progression towards excellence. And then we have the creativity and the romance and the children. So yeah, like if you're in this position and you have children and you had a house and everything, and then this is talking about circumstances beyond your control. How are you going to handle it? Some of it was in your control. What's in your control is how you react or respond to it. if you react, it ends up, it can be, you know, like really challenging to get back up on your feet. But if you respond to the energy, then you'll find the solutions. And this is about like, yeah, that, well, of course, this is going to disrupt your daily routine and your health, all that anxiety. I mean, look at even this poor horse is, you know, anxious, right? And it's going to, of course, change the habits of your day and, you know, all of that. And so let's look now at the external forces for this and get the underlying energy at the bottom of the deck. Look at that. We have the 10 of Cups. You're a resilient person, Aquarius. And that's the thing, that a lot of people, I feel like this is sort of a lesson for anyone, you know, I'm taking a lesson from this, is that, yeah, you might only have one pentacle now, but you didn't lose all the information you learned from all the work you've put into everything else. And so even if you're just starting with that one pentacle, you're already on the second one. And it's taking you like a quarter of the time that it would normally take you to move through that. You know what success looks like. You know how to do success at this point. And so you're never really starting over, right? Like as if you're starting over. You're starting over with one pentacle. That's one part of it. But you still have all the knowledge you gained, plus all the knowledge you've gained and all the courage and everything else to be able to have this ultimate fulfillment. Because this is the external forces are like, okay, now that you're being, okay, you look at you have managed to have this before, or now that you've gotten yourself out of this, depending on if this is past, present, or future for you, you're able to move forward now. And you have you're back at this stage, and now you're looking for the ultimate fulfillment. And so the ultimate fulfillment is, I love my home, I love my country, I love my partner, I love my children. I love where we live. I love my career. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's 10. It's fulfillment, you know, and you deserve it. You've been through the mill. And so sometimes when people are left out in the cold, you know, when you look back, a lot of people will say, oh, when I got fired from that job, I thought my life was over. And then a year later, they're looking back and they're saying, wow, if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have done this, and then I wouldn't have gotten that done, and then I wouldn't have what I have right now. So that's the energy, is having that attitude to get through it. And that is that comes from your internal forces, and it requires a lot of shadow work, and it requires a lot of energy, you know. It's not an easy journey when you're here to get to here. Although it may not be as hard as you think it is, as soon as you get back up on your feet and you start the journey in a different way. Everything you've learned from the experience. And look at that. This is talking about all the wishes coming true. This card is talking about this energy I was talking about here. This is what you've always wished for, and you're almost there. You're highly favored. Like you're here, and now you're here. And now you're going for this. And what this is saying is either these cups are right above your head and this is happening now, or they're in the past. Stay in the race, stay focused. Don't lose your focus now, because many a race is lost in the last lap. This is talking about everything that you wish for is about to come in for you in the biggest way. Many people kind of give up that energy just before they win. And you'll notice even like that, it's almost like it's too good to be true kind of energy. But you notice the energy of these feet, they're facing outward, and that means that he's leaking energy from his body, from his masculine energy and his feminine energy from his lower part of his body. And here he's got his upper body, the body language is like very closed. But when you look closer, it's almost in the form of the way he has his hands. They're not covering his heart, but it's more below that, and it almost makes an infinity symbol there. So this is talking about, you have to get in the game. Like, you have to stay focused. You have to be that person that you want to be able to get this done. You have to, go dig deep to get that ultimate fulfillment. It's an awesome challenge. Keep going. Don't lose focus, and do not give up now. Oh, because look who's come in. Some sort of temptation has come in, and it has to do with a lover. And see, this right here about staying on the path and all of that is in the position of commitments, marriage, and partnerships. So if you are collaborating with other people, or you've met someone and you want to be in a love relationship with them and get married and have children with them, this is saying make sure you know who you're dealing with, because this is the devil energy. It's about the energy of temptation, of maybe taking a shortcut. Hey, if you do it this way, and you're like, oh, I don't know, like, and that's talking about, look at it, it's right across position-wise from these tactics. And that's the devil's favorite way, is using tactics and using minions to do their dirty work, that do the devil's dirty work for them. So this is two lovers, and they both have chains around their neck. They're yoked together, and they're also yoked to the black box of Saturn. And look who's crouched over it and ruling that is this. The box of Saturn is ruled by this devil energy. And so that is the energy, like, it's really interesting right now, because Capricorn energy is also ruled by Saturn. And in Saturn right now, and it will be this way for a while, we have the energy of we moved into Saturn on December 22nd, or sorry, moved into, well, sort of Saturn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, but we moved into the sign of Capricorn. And this Capricorn energy is ruled by the Saturn. And this is talking about deep responsibility, keeping everything in check, kind of doing the responsible thing. And Capricorn energy is very much, climb the mountain. It's a mountain goat with a fishtail. And so it's about taking consistent steps of action towards your goals. And Capricorn is the most, the mature of the pentacle signs. And so Capricorn energy brings the job of the Capricorn energy when it's at its highest is to build, build shift, like build a business, build a mall, build like whatever it is that they want to build, and about taking the consistent steps of action and the determination to get the job done. That's the kind of energy. And on their hind end, they have the tail of a dolphin. So imagine climbing a mountain with just two front legs and a tail on the end. So, but the energy right now in Capricorn energy, it is the sun is in there with along with Saturn, and so is Mars, and so is Venus. Mars is a very aggressive sign. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac, and Aries is ruled by Mars. And you think about how rammy babies come in head first, and their glyph is ram. And it can be rammy energy because babies have to be that way. Like, babies come in totally helpless, and then they learn to look how fast a baby develops in 1 year. By the time they're helpless at the beginning when they're born, and then by the end of the year they are beginning to talk, maybe walk, or they're about to. They probably can stand, they've been crawling, and starting to feed themselves, and maybe they're even like not reliant on a bottle or that. They're eating solid foods. So this energy is talking about the natural course of events for people to mature and be able to be in a position to bring thoughts from that they have down to earth. And so but out of all of, with Mars and Venus in there, you may have heard of the book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and how different that energy is. Right now with the sun there, that's being highlighted. And I feel like that's why almost every reading right now lately that I do, especially when it comes to the astrological ones, is regarding that energy. And because Capricorn, like they're the most image conscious. They love beautiful things that are made on earth, and they love to make those things. So this is temptation. Like, I really want that thing, that designer item. Like, I really want that. I want that. I want that kind of energy. And so we're just going to cover this energy, and we're going to see what comes after it, because you're not going to get the truth from the devil. The devil is not going to give the truth, and the devil doesn't do his dirty work. The devil sends in a minion to do his dirty work for him, or God will cover it. And the energy that's coming in is the Ace of Cups, and this is God himself covering the devil for you and saying, no, my divine child here is not going to fall for this. And they are waiting for their true love to come in. And that's the energy. And so this is talking about you have a divine partner coming in. Don't be going off course right now because you are tempted by someone else's wife, or or husband, or that kind of energy. Don't take on a partner in your business just because you think, oh, well, they're more fun, like they have all the toys and all of that energy. Stay on your course. That's that is good advice, I'm telling you. And then because the Hierophant's coming in and cleaning up some messes here on earth. That's the energy. And so the Hierophant is sitting in between these two pillars. And these pillars represent staying on course, like that kind of energy. And he has his right hand in the form of blessing. And he's saying, if you stay on your own course, then this isn't going to happen to you again. You are going to have everything you want, and you don't need to give into temptation of something that is not going to benefit you. You just need to stay on your course. That's all you need to do. Don't, you're one cup away. Don't blow it now. And here, because this is the ultimate love. This is unconditional love. This is the Queen of Cups, is the most loving of all the queens in the tarot. She even has a lid on her cup representing, she's the only one that has a lid on her cup, and it's almost like a trophy. It's representing like she's a container of love. Like she loves you, like she loves her partner, she loves herself, she loves her children, she loves the neighbor's children, she loves animals, she loves pets, she loves her country. She just has all this love to give, and she is the most maternal and the most marriable of all the queens. Like she's the most likely to be stable when it comes to that and be loving while she's doing it, raising a family and all that kind of energy. Plus, look at all these, as soon as she comes into the picture, look at all the Seven of Cups comes in, and look at all the opportunities here. This is perfectly like that. Instead of this Capricorn energy, this is the Capricorn energy that's really strong. When someone sees all the possibilities here, and how can I build this now? How can can I hire this company, that company? How can I take these opportunities that are in these cups? They're challenging, but I can see the possibilities in them. And then I'm going to work to that. I'm not going to take shortcuts. I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to do it because I love to build shift. And I like the challenge more than I almost like the project itself. That's the Capricorn energy. And the Aquarius energy loves this energy too, because Aquarius is saying, yeah, I can handle that, because I really like to take all my thoughts and I like to, build, shift, and experiment. And then if that doesn't work, then, you observe it. And then I like to see, okay, well, what's the next best way that I could look at this? Find why isn't it working? I'm going to find why it's not working, and I'm going to make it work. I'm going to try doing it this way. I'm going to do it that way. And so there's endless possibilities when you get in this energy that is the correct energy for you. You complement each other and pour into each other, and it's just a constant flow of ideas, and that's why all this fulfillment comes in. Because it's not just about the money, it's not just about having things or that, it's about the challenge of it, and then doing it together and enjoying it. Yeah, and look at all the money that comes in, then you become like the King of Pentacles. Like you're the King of Pentacles is highly admired for their business acumen, being able to be at the top of their field, being able to make something out of anything. Go talk to the King of Pentacles. He'll tell you how to get that. But he knows people. He'll be able to tell you which people to go to, so that you make the right choices here. And he will empower you. And he might even have people that want to invest that are the real deal, that actually, have the money, and they're in alignment with what you're doing. They're not just trying to make a quick buck and then leave you in the dust after, like in this energy here. I really like this energy, Aquarius. This looks like fun. Like, I know Aquarius energy is really perfect for this. Like this kind of, going after things, experimenting a little. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to fall apart. I'm just going to do something, try it from another angle. I'll look at it from a different angle. If you're enjoying this reading, please do give it a like and comment. It really does empower me to build my channel. And I'm going to clarify this now with my oracle, Tales from the Vector. And that's Tails. And I started this back in 2007. In 2020, I finished all 64 paintings. They were big dragon paintings of dragons flying in through the sky, through the future. And they are from the courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And I finished the 64th painting in 2020, at the end of 2020. And now I am working with the information with you online here. I have had them out and about at psychic fairs for several years, but the deck wasn't done. I didn't have all the paintings done. And now that I have them all done, I'm getting ready to bring the deck out. On the cards that I'm using here, and I'm just shuffling the cards now as I talk to you and tuning in, so I'm a little bit distracted here because I want to make sure that I'm tuning into the energy of this reading for the clarity. But in the description box below, I will, well, there we have it. That's the card that wants to come out. And so in the description box below, I will have these cards listed. The numbers on the cards represent the order of the cards in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. Tails from thevector.com. All right, so we have clarifying that the underlying energy for the whole reading is the transition. And this is the death card, but it's about transition. It's about moving from 2025 and that cycle, that decade of energy, into this new energy of the year of the horse, ushered in by the year of the horse. Now, this is, oh, do you want to come up? My little cat says, I want to come sit on your lap while you do this reading. You like that energy? Okay, so this is talking about the Knight of Swords rushing in and wanting to get it done. And this is one thing that you have to really be careful. We all have to be careful of, is just not, burning yourself out, because the year of the horse, it wants to be fast. It wants to get shift done. It wants to run, that kind of energy. And this can be very inspiring, but it also can be very, hard on your health, hard on your family, like that kind of energy where you just have a drive to keep going and you don't know when to stop. And then we have the other underlying energy from the bottom of the deck on the Hangman is attachment. Okay, so if we become attached to the old way that we've done things, this is the number one karmic space. This is the mother of all karmic spaces. Karmic spaces are when it's not directly something you've done that causes karma, and it's not indirect, like your ancestors or descendants did something that's now causing you karma, but it's just the space that humanity falls into because it's easy to. And it's kind of like the energy of being so attached to something that you'll do anything to keep it. And so if you were in this energy at some point and you realize this just isn't good for me and it's not what I want fulfillment and I want to do it this way, then this is saying, hey, congratulations, you've stayed on your path and you've cleared some karma doing it, which is the whole point of us coming here on Earth. The funny part is we don't know what the karma is or who it's with. So we have to just get through life and see what happens and make the strong choices moving forward. So there was some form of deception in this early part of the reading. This is saying, kiss me good. There was a hex in the city. So someone that you possibly even knew, or there was quite a few people that knew that your partner was cheating on you, or maybe he was even cheating on you with someone that you knew, that you considered someone. So both of them broke your trust, basically, is the energy coming up. And then we have the denial. Yeah, what I don't know won't hurt me. And that's what left you out in the cold, is because it's kind of like lowering your standards, because you know back in your mind, you know, but you don't want to know. So, and you can't believe it. And then at first you think, okay, maybe it's possible that this person is cheating on me. But then when you bring it up to your friends and your family, they say, oh, no, he wouldn't do that. But they know he's doing it, and they just don't tell you. The destruction, they talk about it between them, but, oh, we don't want to hurt her or we don't want to hurt him. He'll find out on his own kind of energy. And it's like, not, and look at all of, like, we have 3 of the tactics sitting right on this energy here. We have destruction. So this is talking about just taking something down, and it's total destruction, and these people can just keep walking on. It doesn't even, it's like, well, water off a duck's back kind of energy, you know, off to the next project kind of energy. And while all the little animals in the rainforest that they just trashed are crying out for the mama, you know, that kind of energy. So there's the card actually for destruction shows someone in Lego, you know, built little figure driving a tractor through the rainforest, and the orangutans running. So the energy here is the manifester. And so this is talking about what I was saying. Be careful when you're manifesting, when you're in this energy and you've done all this work. You're a powerful manifester. Your words matter. How you talk to yourself, how you move forward matters, because it's directing the universe as to what it is you want in your life. And then we have anger is another karmic space. Yeah, if this is happening to you, it can take a while to get over the anger. But most people realize after a while, anger is a very acidic emotion, and quite often, like, it just keeps giving and giving. Like, if you're in an angry state, then it's easy to find another reason to be angry, and then they did this and I'm angry about that too. And you know, and actually anger is such a gift that keeps on giving, that it's passed down sometimes from generation to generation. And it can cause literally high blood pressure in that, because people they're taught to handle all of the things that happen in the life that don't work out for them with anger, you know, just instantly, just get angry about it. That'll work for you. Not. And then this is the falling star chakra. So this is saying, and again, like, this has the 25 on it. This card has been coming in quite a bit also, because this is maybe talking about the energy up to the end of 2025, and how now that transition into 2026 is happening. That you learned the lessons, you've done the work, you're ready now to move forward again, right? And so this is talking about, she's falling from the sky upside down, and she's saying falling and failing in love are a matter of I. Which means you have to love yourself first and foremost. You have to put the oxygen mask on you first, you know, if you're on the plane, that kind of energy. Because if you put it on the baby that's sitting next to you, and then you pass out doing it, the baby's not going to be able to help you, and you're not going to be able to help the baby. And so that's the energy. It's talking about being unfettered now. You love yourself enough that your vibration is high enough that you know you deserve this. You know you deserve this, and you know you deserve this at this point, when it would be so easy to be tempted, right? That kind of energy. But God and the universe have you covered, because they've seen you've done all the work, and they're saying, no, not this one. This one's going to go after their fulfillment. That's what's going to happen. And then we have the Magician on here. So this is saying, yes, this is an energetic upgrade. And this is your position of commitment, marriage, and partnerships. So this is someone that you've always wished for. Like, this is what you wanted. And that this energy here, for the bottom of the deck here, is Capricorn energy. Yes, the love that you've always wanted. And it's also talking about in the place that you, like, all the material things, being in the area you want to live, in the country you want to live in the city you want to live in, doing what you want to do to earn your living. really enjoying your family, enjoying your children, you know, all of that, having healthy, beautiful children, everything that you've ever wanted. And this here, look at disruption. What is fun for some is not fun for, anyway, look at this. We have, on this energy down here, we have tactics, and now we have a fourth tactic. There's only 7 of them. And this is talking about, yeah, hey, do you want to take the easy way out after you've done all this work? No, thank you. I don't think so. It doesn't sound like a good idea to me. And then this is intention. Yeah. So the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So that's saying, though, that, you know, someone could be like, no, like if you do it this way, you know, it's a little fuzzy around the edges, but don't worry, it'll get you there faster. And you're like, no, I think I'll go and become, you know, I'll either become this, or I'll go and talk to someone who I admire that is successful in the business that I want to be at the top in, and see if they will mentor me. That would be a good idea, especially Aquarius. That's right up your alley. And then we have the world here, and this is talking. This love is a totally different world. This is when the Fool begins their journey in this new cycle. This means you've come to the end, right? So it's kind of like this old energy here is now prepared you for this. Like this is the ultimate now, and that's when you receive it. It's when you make this choice to keep going down your path, that kind of energy. And then that opens you up to another whole world of opportunities again. So you're no longer at this now, you're now at this. And here we have the Hierophant right on that, confirming it. That's funny. Yeah. Good job. You stayed on your path. Good idea to get a mentor. That's on the up and up. And then we have, look at that. We have the Aries energy coming in, saying this is a whole new world. Like this is, you're at a level that you've never been at before, and you're going to love it. Like it's just like, this is everything you've ever wanted coming in all at once. It'll feel like, oh, it's all at once. And everybody around you will be like, oh, they were a success overnight. But they forgot when this happened to you, right? That kind of energy. This is an awesome reading, Aquarius. I can't wait for you to move into this new year. This is really, really good energy for all of us. We all have a little bit of Aquarius in us. So please do like and comment if you've enjoyed this reading, and consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of the channel. It really empowers me to build my channel, and I would be very honored if you did subscribe. And I will be back with another reading for you, and it will be a reading regarding the new moon coming in for the next reading. Bye for now.